Hey guys, MCU Collector here with another video, and this is the fourth video in the Hasbro Marvel Legends series, X-Men, The Age of Apocalypse, Sugar Man Build-A-Figure. Here we have Marvel's Wild Child. So kind of interesting that we would get Wild Child, but we would not get a Sabretooth. That's why it leads me to believe that there will be a Wave 2. No confirmation of any sort yet, so we shall see. But again, it's weird that Sabretooth isn't included in the Wave or as a Build-A-Figure, but we will see a size comparison with the one that came in the... what wave did this one come in? I can't even think about it right now. That was the Apocalypse wave, wasn't it? I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments below because I completely forgot and it's just completely slipped my mind. Anyway, the Age of Apocalypse logo there. Build-A-Figure Sugar Man. Side artwork looking absolutely amazing. You see we have Apocalypse and then we have Wild Child there. Here we have a look at the figure on the back of the package. The Sugar Man Build-A-Figure. All the figures in the wave. As you can see, we are on the fourth one. So we're kind of halfway through. The bio reads, Marvel's Wild Child. Enhanced regeneration and superhuman senses make Wild Child an excellent tracker. So there we have it. Let's get this thing opened up. Okay, and here is Wild Child out of the package, and it's an interesting figure. It's very comic book accurate, so that's cool. It's just not, I don't know how many people would have wanted this figure. But again, it's just really weird not coming with Sabretooth, as he's really paired up with Sabretooth in the Age of Apocalypse storyline. So it's just kind of one of those things, in this particular timeline and universe. I think it was retconned to be a whole alternate universe altogether. He's very feral. He looks very similar to Sabretooth. He doesn't really communicate so he's more of like a dog. That's why he has the chain leash. So that's actually a kind of cool thing they're going with it. But it is a very plain figure. He comes with the back piece for Sugar Man. As you can see, it's just completely all hollow, very thin plastic, but it is interesting nonetheless. So we'll take a look at that all in the video, all on its own. So we'll stick that to the pile and we'll take a closer look at Wild Child right now. Okay, before we take a close look at Wild Child, let's first take a look at the one accessory that it comes with, which is his chain leash. So there's actually some really cool things about it. The sculpt of it looks pretty good as far as a chain link, a chain. So nothing really going on with that. It's done with a silver or grayish plastic. It's not really a painted silver, but it works well. Too bad there isn't like a wash to give it kind of the dirty look. That would have been, I think, a little bit better, but you could kind of see it's all kind of bunched up there. That's no bendy wire or anything like that. But then here on the end is kind of open. You could see that, and that's actually going to clip onto the back of Wild Child's collar, as you see there. So we're just going to kind of plug that in right there, and you can see that's how it'll work, and it comes off very easily. So you just kind of want to be careful with that. It's not something that you're going to break or anything, but it does come off fairly easy, but it just clips on like that. And you can see it can kind of move around. So that's pretty cool. Now let's take a closer look at Wild Child. And you can see there, he has a very Sabretooth look to him, especially in the Age of Apocalypse storyline. It's still pretty similar to like this version here. But here, you can see here, Sabretooth, he actually has a very similar look. Again, I'm surprised we didn't get that figure, but I would imagine if we get a Wave 2 of the Age of Apocalypse, that Sabretooth would definitely be included in that. And I know Toy Biz did release one years ago, so if you have that one, then it's going to kind of work out. Unfortunately, I can't do a size comparison, whereas Wild Child, I think, should be a little bit smaller, but they used, the Pizza Spider-Man body, so he's fairly tall. Somebody on Instagram had commented that they think you should have used the Teenage Spider-Man body. And that probably would have been a good choice, but at least this one has a little bit more articulation to it, which we'll go over here soon. As far as paint apps, it's extremely limited because the whole body's just done in this orangish color, but we get a little bit in some places. Right here on the back of his hands, it's painted in the triangle, which is the reason why you'll see like the hinge is painted on the hand. That side, it's because of that. So interesting there. And that's it for paint. There's no paint anywhere else. It's just the color of the plastic throughout the figure, and then we just get the silver around the brown collar there, and that's it. Head sculpt looks really good. He's got bright, like pearly white eyes. The jaw looks good because he has the open jaw, so we don't get that cut in it like the Sabretooth figure has that cut right there because it's two pieces that came together. So it's done pretty nicely. So there's that. Let's look at his articulation. Okay, actually, real quick, before we look at the articulation, I forgot to show you guys his feet. He does have painted toenails, as you can see there, and I believe these are the same feet that comes with the Jackal figure from the Spider-Man wave. Can't remember exactly which wave, Absorbing Man, I think it was. So there's that. So those come out looking really good. Okay, so going over Wild Child's articulation. Now, he has the Pizza Spider-Man body, which is pretty good, but there's some limitations with this figure, and I don't know if it's just this figure and how it came out, but it's kind of weird. So first, he can look down that much, but the way it kind of sits on there we go, where he's really looking down, he's not really going to look up a whole lot, and you'll kind of pop the head off, because that popped off very easily, but that way the hair is sculpted, it's going to really get in the way on his back, and he's not really going to be able to look up a whole lot. Then, of course, you get the side-to-side swivel motion. There is some pivot that you can do in there. You can get the shoulder up fairly high, and we have these butterfly joints, so shoulders will go up there. You can get full rotation, of course, and then the butterfly, you can get it to go back that much, which isn't a whole lot, and you can get to move forward a little bit, so you can get some crossbody going on in there. There is the upper bicep swivel there. You get a double jointed elbow, which works out really well, and then of course wrist swivel, and they do hinge. Now here on the ab where it gets a little wonky, and I don't know if it's just mine, so he's only going to crunch forward that much. I remember Pizza Spidey having a little bit more range of motion than that. And then back, I can't really even get it to go back. So I don't know if it's just maybe mine has stiff joints or what's going on with there, but that's all I was getting. We get a waist swivel there. Legs go out that far apart. He can kick forward very, very high. Going back, he actually gets it to go back a little bit, which is good. There is an upper thigh cut there. Mine's a little stiff. Got a double jointed knee. No boot swivel or calf swivel or anything. Foot hinges all the way down. You get a hinge up, ankle pivot, and peg holes at the bottom of the feet. So decent articulation, although for this character, he should have been a little bit more agile, but I think that just might be my figure that's just a little bit stiff. So let's see him side by side with some other figures. Okay, here he is next to all the figures in the wave that I have already reviewed. We have Jean Grey, Sunfire, X-Men, and here we have Wild Child. Here he is next to the Marvel Legends Stan Lee figure, and now for two more. Okay, here he is next to the Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure Apocalypse. Again, I'll probably mention this in every video, but there is a deluxe version for Apocalypse from the Age of Apocalypse, where he has the different colors, the cape, different accessories. I think it's going to have a new head. That will be a deluxe figure. Expect that to be released around the fall time, around August, September, and that'll be like a $30 figure. So for now, we have the Apocalypse Build-A-Figure. Okay, and in the final size comparison, we have Wild Child next to Sabretooth, and I think Wild Child is probably a little bit bigger than he should, but here they are next to each other. This will be it for now, since we don't have an Age of Apocalypse, or at least I don't, because I don't have any Toy Biz figures. You guys, anybody that has the Toy Biz Sabretooth, you guys will be able to kind of do something. So we put the chain on there, and then we can get him to hold the leash sort of thing, so you can do that. I'm not the greatest at posing, so I'm not even going to try, but I'm sure a lot of you guys can do some great things with pairing up these two figures, or the other Sabretooth. But that is a review. You guys let me know down in the comments below what you think of this figure. Are you going to be picking it up or just to build Sugarman, or is it an easy pass for you? I'm curious. Let me know down in the comments below. If you guys liked the video, please hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't already done so, hit that bell notification button, and as always, thank you for watching.